The New York Jets are unraveling right in front of our very own eyes. This season of hope and promise and playoffs and whatever else is turning into an unmitigated disaster. This is unreal, man. This is unbelievable that the conversations we're going to be having over the next week are the same conversations we had last year about the quarterback. Now you have concerns about the coach, the coaching staff, the direction of this team, and everything else. I honestly cannot believe we're here. Yesterday was a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. Now, I started watching the pregame shows in the morning, which I don't normally do, but I was going somewhere, so I'm like, let me watch the pregame shows. And all you heard about was this 14-game losing streak to the Patriots, which me as a fan makes me nauseous. It's like you want to turn the page on the Patriots. You want to show you're a different team, a different organization. You have more talent than them. The quarterback position is whatever, but the game you should win. A must win. Season on the line kind of win. And you figure in terms of the Jets and their players in the locker room, you want to bounce back after that nonsense in Dallas. Like, all right, you had all your built-in excuses. You know, it was the aftermath of the Rodgers injury, Cowboys home opener, you're away. You're coming back home after being battered and bruised by your fans and the media. This is where your pride and ego kicks in. Like, you know, we're gonna right the ship right now with our leadership and our physicality and everything else. So you watch all the pregame shows, you see the streak and it's driving you crazy, right? Then you're getting annoyed. I'm like, let me turn this off. Don't want to watch that anymore. Then you're like, hey, they're going to reshuffle the offensive line. Great. Keep in mind, the reason why they're doing this is because the general manager doubled down on Dwayne Brown and told us the entire training camp and offseason, Dwayne Brown's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's our left tackle. Let's not worry about it. They went for Orlando Brown, didn't get him, unfortunately. But they said, you know what, we're going to be fine. This is going to be great. Meanwhile, the guy he only played the last 2 weeks of camp. And now he's out for 4 weeks. So now you got to reshuffle your line. Beckman's on the left. Lake and Tomlinson's worthless. You have McGovern at center. Tippmann at right guard. First game, whatever. And then you have AVT playing right tackle, which he's probably one of your better tackles on your team. And then the thing comes. They do the right thing by that, right? And then the excuses. More excuses about poor O-line play, which has been poor for 3 weeks now. I'm so tired of justifying losses. I'm so tired of excuses. If your offense is this fucking complicated where guys can't figure out who to block or how to man up and just knock somebody over, then it's a problem. And then you make adjustments because it's not working. So now this week's excuse, well, we had to reshuffle everybody. So if you reshuffle, simplify your offense, make it simple because you got to run the football, which you couldn't do. Because you know why you can't run the football? Because you're scared to play your quarterback. Let's call it what it is now. The offense doesn't respect Zach, the defense doesn't respect Zach, and the coaching staff doesn't. They're forcing him down their throats for no friggin' reason. The kid is a deer in headlights. He doesn't trust his eyes, he doesn't trust his arm, he doesn't trust his feet, and everybody knows it but this coach or the general manager, whoever's calling the shots here. I have no idea. And the thing is, we've been saying this. We said this the entire offseason. Last year in Miami, the Jets were petrified to play Zach Wilson. Go on the beach and read a book, which is what I did too, which was great. But go on the beach and read a book. They were scared to play him. So now what? 6 months later, hey kid, you're a starting quarterback and everybody's going to buy into you again? No. The plan should have been, you sit the entire year out. You sit for an entire year and watch Aaron Rodgers while we bring somebody else in to play ahead of you. Not Tim Boyle, a guy you're scared to play, a Teddy Bridgewater, a Minshew. And this isn't like second guessing. I've been saying this. Kevin's been saying this the entire offseason. Zach is not a competent quarterback. So then he makes a couple nice passes in training camp. Oh, Zach is back, this and that. Once the bright lights come on, this kid goes right under, man. He is done. He can't make the easy throws. He just can't do it. So he has one nice drive at the end of the game yesterday, but oh, this is what we need, up-tempo. First of all, the up-tempo thing he's been good at, why didn't Hackett call those plays earlier on? Like, there's so many things that go wrong here. But the fact of the matter is Zach isn't that guy, period. Stop telling us he is. The team knows, man. They came out lifeless yesterday, like a bunch of zombies. Because you know why? They know they can't win. They know they can't win with him. In your heart, you know, we got to be at our best or we're not winning football games. And when you're not at our best, it all starts falling apart. That's what it is. And you look at it's just, and the defense themselves, like the Patriot offense is not that great. They dink, they dunk, they run the football, they make some throws, and it's like we talked about in the preview, man. It's a methodical offense. If this is some highly touted Jet defense, why can't you stop the run? Why do you look lost on the field? Sloppy tackles, sloppy angles. It was that this like what is this team right now? They don't have no top 10 defense. We completely overrated all of them at this point. I mean, it's just you watch it and then the thing is, the score was close. The Patriots missed they missed 2 field goals. If the running back didn't drop a couple passes, the first half would have been a lot uglier than that. So that the Patriots kept the Jets in the game. And they wouldn't take advantage of it because the play calling was run, third and long pass. The worst situation you could have being Zach because you're praying that you can run the ball enough to keep him out of trouble. And then Zach holds on to the ball forever. Like, what I don't understand, you have Calabrese as a quarterback coach. You have Hackett here. Things are supposed to be different now that LaFleur's gone because they blamed everything on him. The kid doesn't get rid of the ball. And at some point you say, you know what? We got to take him out. But you know why they don't do anything? Because they're scared of his ego, his psyche. We don't want to hurt his feelings. You can't give a shit about that. You really can't. Like, I would have benched him yesterday because they're worried that if Tim Boyle comes in, God forbid he plays well. Well, guess what? If he plays well, you have an answer. Because you know why you don't have an answer right now? Because you're stubborn. And you didn't sign a veteran quarterback 2 weeks ago. The day Aaron Rodgers got hurt on Monday, I would have had guys in on Tuesday. Zach, don't care about your feelings, dude. We need somebody else in here. We don't want to tank the season. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. You're tanking the season. 1-2, you ain't beating the Chiefs. You're going to dig yourself an enormous hole, and then what? Go sign a Colt McCoy then go figure it out. We're going to go sign a guy tomorrow or today. It's too late because now you got to learn the offense, man. You could have learned it starting last week. This is incompetence. And I'm tired. Like, listen, man, you hate calling for coaches' jobs like that because we were all thinking so highly of this team going into the season. One of my biggest questions I had, and I was roasted for this too, but this is where it's like, hey, man, I'm just a dumbass negative Jet fan, right? I'm just the same old Jet kind of Jet fan, right? The biggest question we had was, when push comes to shove, what happens with Robert Saleh with this team if things don't go right? And it was like, well, he's got Aaron Rodgers to kind of like do things, and, he can help out. Well, guess what? Aaron Rodgers isn't here. He'll probably be here this week. He going to save the ship because your head coach can't? Where's his leadership? Where's his mentorship? Where's his adjustments? Being, all your little cliches and T-shirts, all this other shit, what's it doing for us now? Nobody believes in you, coach, because you know why they don't believe in you? Because you're trotting out this quarterback. And now you have yourself in an enormous hole because, you're not going to bench Zach. You come out and say, Zach's going to play again. He gives us the best chance to win. If Zach Wilson gives you the best chance to win, that's an enormous indictment on what you've done to that quarterback room after Aaron Rodgers. Because Tim Boyle, you're scared to play Tim Boyle. So why is he on the team? What are we doing? Right? Terrible, man. I had like a long list. I was going to break down the game for you guys and do stuff. Unfortunately, I was out yesterday. I watched the game. And that's the other thing. So I go to a sports bar to watch a game, going to a concert. And the guy's like, oh, Jets Patriots, good game, right? So I'm sitting on one side. All the guys are over there. And almost late first quarter, the bartender walks up to me and he gives me a free beer. He's like, dude, how do you watch this shit? So we're going on halftime. He's like, bro, I feel bad even charging for beer, man. He's like, this isn't like, it's not an NFL offense. Would they have 40 yards of offense at halftime? Or I think it was like 29 yards of passing yards. I didn't look at the stats. I was so pissed off. And it was towards like the third quarter. They felt bad for me, dude. They're like, I don't know how you do this week in and week. I'm like, dude, we've been doing this. And it's the same feeling I had last year. It's the same feeling I've had so many times in my life as a Jets fan. And you're like, why? Why are we here again? And then it's like, oh, you're coming back? And I'm like, dude, you just know something's going to wrong. A friggin' safety. A safety. And then on 4th and 10, it's a 2-yard pass. It's like there's no coaching. And you know it's bad when Joe Namath, the voice of the Jet fan and the voice of the Jets, is openly criticizing the Jets on Twitter, saying, hey, man, what's going on with the coaching? What's going on with this? Even he's saying it. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Like I said, I had all kinds of notes. I was going to talk about the game and whatever else. But I knew this video was coming out late. I got home late as hell last night. But I'm disgusted, man. I genuinely do not want to go through another season of this. I don't have it in me, man. To what? Week in and week out, watch 150 yards of offense, watch Zach make 2 throws. I'm like, oh my God, he's showing progress. Meanwhile, the other 3.5 quarters of the game, he's terrible. And then how many, right now, what level of faith do you have we can win how many more games this year? What, 2, 3? What are you going to go, 5-12? Oh, let's get the draft pick for Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, you know how many changes you got to make on this team? You may have to rebuild your entire offensive line now. I give up, man.